Hi, how would you like to make $5, $10, $15, or $20,000 a month from your computer, either working at home or while traveling the world? Sounds too good to be true? Let me show you. My name is Magic Leon. I've been an internet marketer for over 10 years. I've started many multi-million-dollar businesses, and my businesses have been featured on national and state media. Let me go back 20 years back and let me tell you where I started from. In 1996, I started my first business back in India. This business failed miserably. It failed so bad that I had to disappear to save my life. I was afraid that somebody is going to kidnap me to recover the money from me. After that, I started a couple more businesses, and every single business of mine failed. It was only after I found online marketing that I became successful. And the reason I became successful is because online marketing is one of the easiest ways to make money. It is a foolproof business. Online marketing to me is like gold rush of today. There's a very simple formula, and if you can discover that formula, the only natural outcome is that you succeed. However, not everybody can discover that formula. You see, when I first started my online business, I was struggling. I had a great product, I had a great website, I had a great sales copy. My clients were getting tremendous results, but my business was not making me money. I was surviving, I was making some money, but I continued to stay broke for a very long time. So I would approach all these big internet gurus and ask them to teach me. I would go to them and say, hey, here's my money, take this money, teach me how to make money. And every single guru told me that they can only help businesses that are already successful. Every marketing guru told me that if I'm making $5,000 to $10,000 a month, they can help me scale my business, but nobody could help me build my business ground up. Nobody could help me take my business from $0 to $10,000. And it was very frustrating because it made no sense. If I'm already making $5,000 or $10,000 a month, why would I even come to you? Then I had to spend many days, in fact, I had to spend months trying to figure this out. I had sleepless nights where I was trying to figure out what to do because failure was not an option. And ultimately, I ended up discovering the blueprint that changed everything for me. Online marketing is a very simple math formula. There are only 3 or 4 things in the equation. And if you know the right things, the right entries to input in those equations, the natural outcome is success. And once I had this formula, I was able to take my first business and turn that into a success. My first business was in the dating industry. I was giving dating advice to men. And I'm the only dating coach that I know on this planet who was charging his clients $200,000 a year, and men were paying me. This is unheard of. And then once this business became successful, I was able to take this formula and plug it to fitness industry. I was able to plug this into business coaching industry, and I was able to take this into agency, and it brought me the same success in every single field. And that is why I'm a firm believer of online marketing. Now I must tell you though that this is not passive income. I know a lot of people come to me and they think internet business equals to not working at all. Well, that is not true. If you don't want to work, then what you need to do is make investment in gold or Wall Street. For internet business, you have to work. You don't have to work 15 hours a day. You don't have to work 7 days a week. You don't have to do like you do for your job. You can choose when to work, you can choose where to work, but you have to work to be successful. And the funny thing is, when you start doing internet marketing, you actually want to work more. The reason is the more you work, the more money you make. When you have a job and you work for somebody else, no matter how much effort you put in, your salary doesn't change. Maybe you get a little bit overtime, or maybe you get a little bit bonus at the end of the year, but you can't scale your income infinite, which is something you can do in the internet marketing. And with internet marketing, it can actually get addicting because every morning you wake up and you do something, and as a result of the action you took that day, you will be making extra $500, extra $1,000 a day, and that gets very addicting because every time you do something, you make more money. So it becomes more fun, and at that point, you stop thinking about passive income. You start thinking more like, what else can I do to make more money today? It gets really fun from that point on. So internet marketing is actually about a lifestyle. It's not about sitting at home and making money. So now I want you to look at the screenshot. On the screen, there are images of 3 checks. The first one for $15,000, the next one for $14,000, and the next one for $7,500. And if we add up these checks together, the total comes to about $36,000. Now that is a lot of money. Now look at the next screenshot. This is $62,000 for just one single transaction. Isn't that a great opportunity? Doesn't that motivate you to start an online business? And by the way, for the last 4 years, I've been selling my coaching packages for $200,000 a year. But even if you take that out of the equation, wouldn't you want to have a business where you could make $90,000 a year with just 4 simple transactions? And by the way, there is no sales of any physical goods or commodities or any real estate involved here. This is just simply digital products and coaching. Now, doesn't that motivate you to jump on your computer and start a business right away? And that is my point. When you realize how easy it is to make money online, and once you realize how quickly you can make a lot of money, you actually get motivated. Instead of wanting passive income, you want to do more because you realize the more you will do, the more you will make, because that's what happens when the gold rush is happening. There is a lot of money flowing and you want to grab as much as you can, as fast as you can. And so just so you know, for the last 2 years, while I was collecting these $10,000, $7,000, $15,000, $25,000, $100,000 and $200,000 checks, I was actually traveling the world. I want to give you a little insight into what my life looked like for the last 2 years while I was making all this money. So this first image that you see is the image of my apartment. I bought a beautiful condo in South Beach, Miami, overlooking the bayfront. And I spent all my day and every evening looking out the window, looking at this beautiful sky and beautiful scenery. And every 2 or 3 days, I get dolphins coming out to my apartment, and it's just beautiful. I pay more monthly maintenance fee for my condo than most people pay mortgage for their apartments. And I'm not saying this to show off. I'm saying this to you so you realize the potential that is there with this gold mine called online marketing. There's a lot of money in there, and I'm just trying to show you what's possible if you were to set up a business online and the kind of life you could be living. This is me traveling to the Caribbean with my wife. This is in Greece. This is basically, I went to Switzerland and I was staying with my wife in a beautiful igloo there in Switzerland. This is Page, Arizona. This is again my wife in the Caribbean. This is again my wife, we were in the Bahamas. This is Page, Arizona, Germany. We were snorkeling in Mexico. We just go to these crazy events. We love going to new things, and we love this rodeo show. I went to Caribbean just to play with the Jaguar. I really wanted to go. This is Germany again. I went on a cruise with my wife and her family. I was able to take a whole month off and go and attend my brother-in-law's wedding in Germany. This is basically me and my crazy in-laws on the cruise ship. This is my wife yawning in the middle of the day. I hope she doesn't see this photo or she's gonna smack me. I go to India every year and spend 2 to 3 months a year because of course I miss my family, and that's, you see me just arm wrestling with my nephew. I love that. This is my parents traveling. They're out on a cruise in Europe. Every year I send my parents to a new destination, somewhere to a foreign country, because you know, I grew up very poor. I grew up very broke. My parents were very poor. They raised us with a lot of hardships, and I feel whatever I have in my life today is because of them, and I want to be able to do whatever I can do back for them. You know, similarly, when I got married, I was able to pay $200,000 in cash for my wife's school fees when she was going to law school. And I tell you, some of you, if you already have money, you may not realize this, but when you come from a place like where I came from, where I was so broke, we had no money, and as I told you before, there were times I was, scared for my life. I was hiding and living in the darkness. Coming from there and being able to do this for your loved ones and your family, there is nothing on this planet, there is nothing that compares to the feeling you have in that moment that you could do that. And that was possible for me to do with online marketing. And that's why I encourage every single person to do that, because you can make all your dreams come true, and make all your dreams happen, and you can really live that lifestyle. This is me getting drunk and passing out in the car, wearing ridiculous earrings and having a ridiculous haircut. Now I can do that because I have no job. So I'm allowed to wear what I want and behave how I want. Anybody can go on my social media and say what you want. Nobody can take me out of the office. This is my really good friend Don. I want to show him here because he's the guy who actually gave me my first break in the internet marketing. When I first started, my business wasn't working. I had no idea what I was doing wrong. I was not making any money. I was really broke, and this guy was literally feeding me. He was paying my cell phone bills, and he literally was feeding me 3 times a day, and this is no joke. And then he actually helped me build my first sales funnel, and that's where my life began to change. That's the first time I actually learned, how a sales funnel works, how an internet marketing works, and it's the first time I had a business that started to make me some money. And then this is my other friend. He's the reason I became a millionaire. He was the first one who actually helped me develop a blueprint so I could charge people $10,000, $15,000, $100,000, and $200,000. I could have never done that had he not helped me figure out that funnel, had he not coached me. He was the one who cleared the pathway and showed me how to do that. So I'm very thankful to these two people. And I just wanted to show you that this is what I've been doing for the last 2 years, traveling the world, spending time with my loved ones, spending time with my friends who actually helped me become richer and make more money. And again, I hope it's not coming across as me bragging. I would never brag about this thing. I grew up very broke. I grew up very poor. So the last thing I want to do is sit here and brag about who I am. I'm only showing you to see that a guy who was so unsuccessful with every single thing, every single business venture in his life, was able to turn things around and make so much money with this. So there is no reason you can't do it. And even if you don't want to do this full time, even if you don't collect $90,000 a year, even if you make 2 or 3 sales and make $30,000 a year by doing part-time, what have you got to lose? That's how beautiful and that's how great this business is. And by the way, these are not the only 4 items that I sell in a whole year. I sell a lot of digital products on daily basis, and I sell various high-end tickets, high-end coaching programs every single month. And I'm hoping that you'll be able to do the same for yourself. And if this is making sense to you, and if you like this video, then I would really encourage you to watch the next video. In the next video, I would like to show you the funnel math. I would like to show you how this business works. How do you actually make money in this business? I want to break down the systems so you can see if you were to start an online business, how would you actually be making money? So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you found this useful, and I hope this is going to inspire you to start your own online business. And if you like this, please write me a comment and please share it with your friends, and I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much.